That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. They run it again with Williams. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time.
Let's get it.
Let's go block you now.
Mike check 33.
A first down throw coming for Vick. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you play man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
190. Alpha.
Hey, check Mike 33.
On third down, Vick eluding the pressure right. And now another one thrown incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play.
Well, that was pretty nice to watch if you like a defense's perspective, because they understood where the first down line was as much as the offensive guys did. Did not give up any more ground, and when the ball was thrown, reacted really well and swatted it away. One of the advantages of zone defense, you never take your eyes off the quarterback, and when he reacts, you do exactly the same and go get the ball.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
So out come the Raiders. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you know, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore.
Detroit!
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
4 down.
Here's Steve Young on second down. Incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
The Raiders on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 16.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
operating from the gun. Young. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Ryan Shazier coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He'll take it at the 42. Look at the spin.
Balance.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Back now in Baltimore. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th.
Hey, let's go! Alpha, alpha.
Tight right. 3 down.
White 90! White 90!
Motion.
2nd down, Vic. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now running right through him. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. Decent start to the drive there. Of course, they need the touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal.
Yeah, those guys are into it. How about the guys on the sideline? You see the coaches signaling, all the personnel groups up on the sideline ready to go in and out of the game. They've got to condense their time now in order to try and get back into it.
An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
White 80!
Hold the look.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
He'll get it up the middle. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the
White
guys up front, big defensive line, because they've kept it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Ricky Williams, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are back within a score. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Hey, 4 down.
We got, let's go. White 20!
Here's Michael Vick. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Now the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Here's Steve Young. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
3 down.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
Detroit!
On 1st down, it's Gurley.
Check.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
We got 4.
Here we go now. 3-19.
2nd down, Young. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by 9-time Pro Bowler Ed Reed. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
4 down, 4 down. Check.
White 90. White 20.
No. Off.
White 20.
They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out.
Double tight. Even. 4.
They'll look to throw. And incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution.
All right, now,
Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly.
Watch it now,
The
Barney,
throw's
Barney.
made. Where's the catch?
Gun,
Got to catch in that spot.
Hey,
Gun.
you're on an island over there. 6.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. They try to take a shot there on 2nd down, and that leaves them because of the incompletion. A very tricky 3rd and 10.
And with the time situation, you would expect them to try and get it all in this one play, but there's still enough time. If you can take something shorter, gain some yardage, make it a more manageable 4th down if you need to.
Hey, boys.
He'll look to throw.
Flick.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Gun. Detroit.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. They're up by 1. They have the football. The key here, just don't do anything silly, right, Charles?
That's exactly right. And you know all the admonitions as they
White
ran
90.
out there.
White 90.
Take care of the ball. Secure everything. Be tight in everything that you do. No let up. No crazy plays, and they can go home with a victory.
Let's see here if they can do all those things and hang on to this victory.
4 down.
Base 5-3.
Check 37.
Hit it. White 20.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Let's go.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
I got you, son.
Vic to throw. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to